Hi, Holly. So here is that folder, and I'm going to email you about this. So this is your folder. So when you and I have to talk about stuff that you have to do, this is where because you're the only one in the advanced practicum, it's just going to be stuff for you. So these videos, from now on, I'll email this one, but from now on, if I tell you there's a video for you, it'll be in this folder. So here's the professional portfolio assignment. It's the same assignment that Karen had in her shell last semester. Um, so I'm going to make sure you can click on this. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to have you do is, I think the best thing to do would be, I'll explain the competencies. I'm going to have you do the first two classes for next week. And then if you could send me just even if we could meet on WebEx and you show me what artifacts you choose, and then we can talk about how to annotate them. So sorry. And then we'll get you going so that you understand it. And then you can just ask me questions as we go along. In fact, you could do it for the first couple weeks. You could do, move as quickly as you want to. So, and I'm sure you've already had some of this explanation just in discussion group. So I'm going to talk to you like you never have, but I also respect that you are working with Karen and you probably already have some instruction. So competencies are what we have to teach you in order to have the class count for credit. This is so that if you went to any technical college in the system, you could take the same class and basically get the same material because everyone's meeting the same competencies. So what you have to do is to prove to us that you understand the material that was shown to you in the class. So let's look at the competencies of health, safety, and nutrition. Let me find that document. Must have been in this one. And this is the old curriculum, of course, because this is what you are under. And I don't see health, safety, nutrition. There it is. Well, actually, let's not. I can't scroll for some reason. You should be able to scroll, but for some reason, it's not letting me with the view that. Oh, here it is. So okay, so here's health, safety, and nutrition. So these are the competencies for health, safety, and nutrition. So if you need to find two artifacts that show that you understand these competencies, okay, so you choose two competencies and then you find one artifact per competency. So for example, apply sudden infant death syndrome risk reduction strategies. If an artifact that you might find might be your SIDS certificate, or an information printout about SIDS. If you don't have something, you also can go on the internet and find something and use it. So for every class, you have to find two artifacts. We'd like it if you use our materials, but if you can't find them, you also can find something that supports what you learn. So like provide a nutritionally sound early childhood program. So you could go on the internet and find things about nutrition to teach to children, and then that would be an artifact because that's what we talked about. So you have to find two of these competencies, one artifact per competency. Okay. See if that makes sense to you. And then what I'd like you to do is to try to find two artifacts for health, safety, nutrition before next week, and two artifacts for art, music, and language for next week. Okay, and then you and I can talk again, and then we'll talk about how to annotate them, and we'll work through the rest of the classes. Does that make sense? So documents that you've done, assignments you've done, handouts, it's supposed to be a mix of different things. So you don't want to do all assignments. You don't want to do all handouts. You want to do a mix of them. So hopefully you've saved some of your assignments that you did in some of the classes, in the coursework that you've done, and you can just pull it from your computer. Or you have it printed out if I think you did most of your classes face-to-face. Okay, so why don't you do that and then email me with any questions, and we can go from there, and we'll just keep working through as quickly as you want to work through. I'm willing to do it. I mean, if you find, before tomorrow, the two classes, you and I can also meet before then and go over them. Okay? Thanks, Holly.